Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about starting a YouTube channel in 2020. I thought I'd do this video. It's just kind of going to be like a little one-off one just to talk about like my experience and my like tips and tricks that I have found in the last couple of months have made a difference. So if you are subscribed to me, you may have noticed I've not uploaded in about a month, I think, 3 weeks, a month, something like that. Basically, I just need a little bit of a break, so I decided to stop for a little bit. But yeah, I'm hoping from now on to continue 3 times a week. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And if you are not subscribed to me, please be sure to do so. This isn't my normal type of content. I would normally be doing makeup or beauty and stuff like that. But if that's something you're interested in, please be sure to subscribe. Let's just get on with this video. So in this video, I think if I figured out how to do it, because I actually don't know how you do it, there's a new thing where you can do like chapters and stuff. And I thought that was quite a good idea for this video because there's different things I'm going to talk about. So if you like look along the little like timeliney thing of the video, if you only want to watch certain parts, then you can just click on that part and it will tell you what it's about. So just a little background on my channel. My first video was uploaded April 2013. I uploaded for 5 years, so from April 2013 to roughly like my last video where I kind of stopped was January 2018. From Jan 2018 to November 2019, I didn't post a thing. I privated all my videos. And then in November 2019, I decided to start again. Uploaded a couple of videos between November and December, stopped for a bit, and then end of April this year, I really missed doing it. Let's really like try. I know I don't have that many subscribers or get that many views, but I can tell you what I've noticed makes a difference compared to when I did it like 5 years ago. When I stopped uploading in January 2018, I had 170 subscribers, which for 5 years is not a lot. When I started my channel again in the very end of May 2020, I had 167, I'm pretty sure, and I currently have 500. So that may not seem like a lot. In the month of May, I gained 100 subscribers, which like for some people is nothing, but for me, when I only gained like 100 over like 5 years, that's a lot. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is like YouTube growth channels or the YouTube tips and tricks channels. And I think the actual tips they give are amazing. Like they're tips that I've sort of like, that's actually like really good, and that's something, and certain tips have actually that I've taken on have then helped me. One thing I will say about their channels, which I think a lot of, it's not them, but it's a lot of people watching don't realise. Of course their videos and their content is great because they are giving such good information, and it's stuff that you may not realise actually matters, and they're telling you like what to do to help. Something that I noticed when watching them, they sometimes say like it took a long time to get like where they are, and they have like they've got a big healthy channel, and I hear them say that, and they talk about niches a lot and you have to niche down and stuff. And I think that when people are watching them, the people watching are like comparing themselves to like how well they're doing. Something you need to remember if you are watching like YouTube tips and tricks channels is that their channel, like that niche is like for anyone. So a beauty channel can watch their videos, a gaming channel can watch their videos, a vlogging channel can watch their videos. Like every different niche, basically anyone who has a channel can watch their videos. So their audience, they have such a wide audience, whereas someone like me, for example, or a gamer or something like that, the only people that are really going to be interested in watching your videos are people that are interested in that niche and like that content. Like, so for like a gaming channel, only people interested in like gaming and games are going to be interested in that channel. Like of course they're going to grow very quickly and their videos are going to do well because everyone wants to know how to grow their channel. Everyone nowadays wants to be a YouTuber. So everyone's going to watch those videos like how can I get big? How can I grow? Like those tips they give are great, but just remember that it may not be as successful for you as it may be for someone else. So like it just really depends. Some people can get monetized in like a month. I've been doing YouTube since 2013. Previously, like not many people, like I didn't grow very much, even though my views were better back then than they are now. When you hear like, for example, I have heard like Catherine Manning in her videos, I've heard her say multiple times like, oh, it's taken me a long time to get to this. I don't remember if it was about like where she's at now, because she's on like 200,000 subscribers, and to me like not even 3 years is that's not a long time to get to that. But I know that she has spoke about how, you know, it took her a really long time to get monetized, and she said how it took her like a year and a half. But that isn't necessarily a long time. Like for me it's been even longer, and for some people that is a crazy long time. But you've got to remember when you watch her videos, when she like talks about her growing, I'm pretty sure she's only been monetized for like a year and she's already on 200,000 subscribers. Because I know when you're starting a channel, you want to like find all the tips and tricks and you're like, oh, why am I not growing like them? It's because they're filming videos everyone wants to watch. So now I'm going to be talking about things that I found personally helped me grow a little bit. This is stuff that I didn't previously do, or I didn't do it correctly, and I've noticed, even if it's a small difference, I've noticed a difference doing these things. Now, if you do watch any sort of YouTube growth channels, you're going to have heard this stuff loads of times, so you can look along the bottom, and if you want to watch this part, you can skip to the next part, whatever you want to do. So the first thing, I know everyone always says it, but is being consistent. And I know it's, yeah, I know, consistency, blah, blah, blah. It actually makes a difference. So I didn't realise how inconsistent I used to be. I went back and looked at my old videos, and I would post like once a month, and then I'd post like 3 times, like 3 days in a row. So even though I did do it for 5 years, it wasn't like, I didn't have a schedule. Even if there was no schedule, just like how often a week or something, or how often a month. It was literally just whenever I felt like it. I would upload it like at midnight, because I just upload it straight away. I didn't realise I could schedule videos for a certain time. So I'd highly recommend, like, not even just being consistent, but figuring out like a schedule to stick to. Even if you do like what I did, pick a day, start doing that day each week, and then if you want to add another day in, like choose another day. And I really have noticed that difference, because like I said, I was really bad consistency wise back then. So I started at the end of April. I was gonna do every Friday, but then I was like, oh, that seems like such a long time between. And then I added Tuesday to it, so I was doing Tuesday, Friday, and then I was like, oh, I want to add another day, because it still felt like I wanted to do it more, so I added Sunday. It does feel like a lot now. Definitely noticed a difference in not even so much my views, because I would say back like a few years ago, all my videos from like a few years ago all have 100 views. They all have like around 200, probably, a lot of them. But even though I may have got that amount of views, which to some people is nothing, but to me was quite a lot, I would not get subscribers from it, which I can only put down to the thing of like, you know, if they like that video, they'd go on my channel and be like, oh, she's not posted for like a month and a half, and then it's like, well, why are they going to subscribe to me? Whereas I find now, like, I may not get as many views, but I get more subscribers from it, which is great, because that means people are liking my content and are subscribing to me for my content, and they're not just watching one video and then leaving. Another thing I can say with that is I have not posted since, I think it was the 17th of July, and I have actually gained like 40 subscribers since then. So in like a month, since May, I was getting, it was like I got 100 in May, 100 in June, and I don't know how many I got in the beginning of July. In the last month, I've actually not gained as many as I had done previously, and I haven't been posting, so I think that just shows that consistency does actually make a difference. So the next thing, I've always done this but not correctly, is tagging your videos. With tagging your videos, the whole point is that you want to rank in search, which basically means if someone types in a certain keyword in YouTube, your video comes up. So I don't think that many, but I think all of my MacBook ones are, and my makeup collection and my what's on my iPhone, I'm pretty sure they all come up in search at some point. And I have found that the videos that rank in search continue to get me views. Like my MacBook Air unboxing gets me 300 views in a 48-hour period, which I'm like, that's insane. So if you rank in search, your video is going to continue to get views, whereas if you don't, like a lot of my makeup ones don't rank, which means that then they sort of hit a limit, if that makes sense. So like they get a certain amount of views, and then it kind of just sticks to that amount of views. Maybe it gets like 1 more a week, kind of just sort of chills at that number. So tagging your videos correctly is really important, and I use TubeBuddy, which basically can tell me where I will rank if I use that tag, or like possibly rank, and it tells you what's good, what's not, and it is very, very helpful. Without it, I wouldn't know what keywords are good. So when you're tagging your videos, try not to like, so say with this, I'm going to be calling it something along the lines of like starting a YouTube channel in 2020. You don't tag it like starting, one tag, another tag, YouTube, another tag. And it may sound stupid saying that, but people do it. And that's not going to work, because if you're just like starting, you're not going to rank just for that word. So for example, I would try typing like starting a YouTube channel in 2020 and see what sort of score I would get for that. And if I don't get good score for that, I'll try and change or move the words around to change the way it's written until I get like a good score. And I fill up all the tag box, like 500 characters, because ranking in search is very handy, and it's really, really good to try and grow, like to try and reach a broader audience. TubeBuddy you can get for free. I don't know actually what the extent you can do on it for free, but you can get it for free. Try and think like, what would people search for? Like even if you like, so even if you don't have like a browser extension, you just want to do it yourself, start typing into the YouTube search like what you're going to call it, and see sort of what comes up, because that's going to be the most popular searches, if that makes sense. I'm not that great at this, but like try and like write quite a bit of a description and try and include keywords from the title in the description and in the tag box. I normally have my title name at the top line of my description, and I have it in tags as well. And not very good at my description, I never know what to write, but I know it is handy to have tags in your description. And then this next thing is like editing and sort of like the length of your video and audience retention, like that kind of vibe. You want your audience retention to be, I think that a good is like, they say like 60%, but realistically it never happens. A lot of my audience retention isn't that great. I think mine are normally in the 20%, which isn't that great. You kind of want it in the range in 30 and 40% roughly. I've got a few that are in the 30s, but if you have a higher audience retention, that means that people are watching your video for longer. It means that YouTube is going to want to like share your video more, because YouTube wants people to stay on their platform as long as possible. So if you've got people staying watching your video for a longer amount of time, YouTube will be like, people are interested in that video and they're watching it for a longer period of time. I have to say, I'm not the best person to talk about this, but I'm just sort of passing on another tip that I've sort of heard. This one I haven't fully taken on yet. In some ways I have, definitely, but in other ways I haven't. For example, editing your videos, I try to cut out so when I'm looking, I look at the audio at the bottom, and I try and cut out I just said then, but I probably cut it out. So any sort of pauses, or when I say because I say a lot, I try and cut all of those out. So when someone's watching it, if there's a section of the video where I'm like thinking about something or I paused, people are not gonna might click off, because if it's the first time they've seen my video, they might be like, I'm not really that interested in staying, I'll just click off of it. So I would definitely recommend when you're editing, if you're watching it and you're getting a bit bored, you're like, that's boring, I'll just click off of it, just remove that part of the video. Also, when you do look at your audience retention, you can actually see if there's like a part where people loads of people have clicked off at once. Check what that is, and then you can be like, oh okay, like I left too long of a pause, or something happened there where it made loads of people click off. So in terms of the length of the videos, for me, I have personally found that the longer the video, the better audience retention, mainly because a lot of people will just skip through your video, and if the video is longer, it takes them longer to skip through it. Because it's a longer video, people are watching it for longer, so my average audience retention is up because the video is just longer. So the percentage may be the same, but the time-wise, people have watched longer. So I would definitely play around and see how long you like your videos and stuff like that. So now onto thumbnails. I have gone through phases of thumbnails. I've done it where I've just chosen the YouTube, the 3 that YouTube put up. I've done it where I've just chosen one of those for about a year, I would say. Then I think after that, I changed it to, I would pose for it with a thing and just put that as just pose for a picture, and then kind of what I do now, but without anything else. Then I went through a phase of, I would not pose for any thumbnails because I'd always forget, and I would basically go through the video and screenshot just clips that looked okay, and I would put them into, I think I did it in four bits, like a collage kind of thing, and right in the middle what it was. And I think I did that for quite a while. I think that was a good few years. Since I started again, I only try and use one picture. I try and pose for it. If I forget to pose, then I do have to go through and screenshot, and I always put what the video is in the thumbnail, because the thumbnail is the thing that everyone sees first, then they see the title. Try to really make good quality thumbnails, because that's the first thing everyone sees. So if you don't look at your thumbnail and think, okay, I'd click on that. If you want to see a video of how I make my thumbnails, then please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do it. It's not that interesting, but I would definitely be happy to show you. Something else you can do, I don't really tend to do this, but I know it is depending on, I guess, the video. You can also just search the video you're going to be uploading onto YouTube and look at other people's thumbnails and I've done this a few times, and kind of see what vibe they go for and what's done well. Also recommend something I've started doing, which I kind of have always done, when I was doing the boxes and stuff, that was kind of my thumbnail theme. All my thumbnails were the same, but they had a different, none of them really looked cohesive. And I think it's a really, really good thing to have all your thumbnails look very cohesive. So I've actually got, every video, I make sure everything I do on the thumbnail it's exactly, it's identical for every single thumbnail. Something that I found, I actually don't know when it was, I think it must have been in June. So on your analytics, if you go into analytics and just the first page that comes up and press audience, it will tell you the best time to kind of upload, because it tells you when your viewers are online. So I used to post in May, and I don't know when I actually changed it, I think middle of June possibly. I was posting at 12 PM. I changed it to 3 because I looked on the analytics and saw that it said few of my viewers were online or on YouTube at 12 o'clock, but it said many were on at 3 PM. I decided to change it to 3 PM, and I didn't see a huge difference, but I personally think it's the better time, because when I would upload my other videos at 12, they didn't always do that great, but then I always found they did a little bit better more towards the evening. But I guess it depends where you live. My main reason for doing it was I'm in the UK. By posting at 12, all of America's pretty much asleep, and I think quite a bit of my audience is from the US, so I figured if I bring it to later on, a bit more of America's awake when I post, which was kind of my like thought process around it. So something else I would say to do, I don't know if this works, I don't know if this is a good thing, but I've done it. On my homepage, I'll like put a little overlay here. I have all my playlists on my homepage, and I've made all playlists, and they're the only ones on my channel. Something else I would say to always do is, so when you upload a video, add it to a playlist, add end cards, add an end screen, is it an end screen, end card? I personally have my own little end screen that I made, which I would recommend doing. I just think it looks very professional, it looks very neat. I have it so it's got my channel, so you can click on it and subscribe to me, which I don't think anyone really gets to that point, but a video comes up, which is my most recent upload, and then the other one is the best for the viewer. And then also I always have in the bottom right, which you may be able to see here, is a little me, which if you click on that, it will let you you can subscribe to me. During the video I always have cards up here. I normally put my previous upload, and then I'll just put a different one, or if I reference a video in my video and I say to like click there or whatever, I'll put that there. I also recommend, like I said this earlier, but scheduling your videos. I think it's just a lot easier. There is actually one more thing I'm going to talk about, which isn't really a tip, it's more just like something you can do. So the last thing that a lot of people want to sort of know is ways to like promote their channel. I try and promote my channel everywhere, and I will tell you there's only one place where I actually I've seen any difference, and I really do believe this has really helped me grow my channel. I post on my Instagram. I'll occasionally like share it onto Twitter, I'll put it onto Snapchat. That's kind of it, I think, in terms of like social media, apart from Facebook groups. The growth from YouTube groups is insane. YouTube groups, Facebook groups. You do have to be careful, and I will say, like, here's some like little tips with Facebook groups. I'm in a few Facebook groups, and I always like, they have rules like no sub for sub, obviously, and no like anything like that. Basically, you do get the people that are constantly like, which thumbnail should I choose? Please don't be one of those people. I understand if it's two completely different thumbnails, but sometimes these people will put like, which thumbnail should I post? And the difference is like a head tilt. And in my mind, I'm like, it's your channel, you need to be able to decide that for yourself. So the way I've only ever used them is I basically will just say like, hey everyone, like I've posted a new video, blah blah, and then I'll put the link to the video and then post it. What I would say, so some of them are private and some of them are just public, and there's so many, there's ones for certain niches as well. If you go onto your Facebook, into a Facebook group, and it's a public group, and you can see the posts, and there's a lot of like sub for sub, leave your links below, and sub for sub, and blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff, don't go on it, come off of it straight away. The other thing is, if they're private, you can't actually see the posts, so you have to join the group to be able to see any of the posts and be able to post. If you do that, which is absolutely fine to do that, once you're a part of the group, because I've done this where like, I'm like, oh, this group seems cool because it has the rules like no sub for sub, no all of this, so I'm like, okay, I'll join it because it seems like it's a okay one where like not everyone's just sub for subbing. And then once you're part of it, you're like, literally everyone's just asking for watch time and everyone's asking for subscribers and views, and I'm like, okay, leave group straight away. Try and find groups where it's mainly just people posting their videos. So to be quite honest, some of my videos won't get any engagement in these Facebook groups, which is absolutely fine, because it's just to sort of try and get to reach new people, or it's like people asking for some advice and stuff. Then them groups are absolutely fine. You do still get people that want sub for sub but just don't engage in that. So that's what I'm going to get into now, is when you post your videos, and it's really, really annoying. A lot of the time, so you can get one of like 3 comments on a Facebook group normally when you post a video. So when you do post your new video with a little description, because you normally have to put a description, so you get the people where they're like, I've just watched it, it was like, your channel is so like really nice, I've subscribed to you. Or you get, on the same line, you get people that are like, oh, your thumbnail's amazing, how do you do that? Like, how do you create a thumbnail? I've had that before. Or like, oh, your content is great, blah blah. So there's sort of comments which are like genuinely nice people. And then you get the people that will literally just leave their link and just drop their link, which is actually a rule, and it's really frustrating when people do that, because I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna click on it. I haven't asked for your link, so I think it is a rule that if you say drop your link, people are allowed to. And you also get the people that are like, almost on the same line as when they're just dropping their link. They're like, I've liked, subscribed, watched, please do the same, and leave their link. That's like the same thing as just dropping their link. That's like sub for sub, so don't engage in that. And then you get the people in the middle. They just say how they've enjoyed it and they've subscribed because they like the content, and then they're like, here's my channel if you want to check it out. So they can either be like more like sub for sub and wanting you to subscribe to them, or they're just generally just leaving their channel there as well in case I like it. For example, like they might subscribe to me, and it's the same with any sort of sub for sub thing, but I sometimes will see like people will leave those comments and I won't ever respond to them. Or if they're nice, if they're like, oh, I really enjoyed your content, blah, 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 here's my channel, I won't respond to the channel part. I'll just be like, oh, thank you. But I won't go and subscribe to them. If they've only subscribed to you because they want you to subscribe back, when you don't, they will just unsubscribe to you. But then sometimes those people are genuinely just leaving their channel, like they've said that they like mine, and then they'll leave theirs just in case like other people come across it in the comments. I'd rather have less subscribers and they will be people that I actually like, that actually want to watch my videos, rather than more subscribers that are just a number. Like, that'd just be pointless. So yeah, you just gotta be a bit careful with Facebook groups. Like, don't go subscribing to someone just because they've said, oh, I've subscribed to you, here's my channel. Like, don't go subscribing to them just because you feel guilty or you want to feel nice. So that's why like I kind of found Facebook groups, because I knew I needed to find people that don't know me, like a new audience that don't know me. And that really worked really well, but just be careful with the people. I'm hoping all of that sort of made sense and it wasn't all over the place. They're little things that I've noticed have made a difference. Even though my channel's tiny, it has made a difference. Anything you'd like to see from me, then please let me know in the comments, and please be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!